What's going on, everyone? Happy Monday. So I just got back from Las Vegas. Spent 3 days out there. 3 nights out there, I think, 4 days. It was absolutely crazy, incredible, up-leveling in a big way. Hey guys, let me know who you are as you come in here. Drop your resorts, drop your locations below. And after returning from Vegas, I gotta just tell you a little bit. There's a podcast I'm putting out tonight, and it's gonna kind of really summarize what I experienced the last couple days out there, that in a huge way just completely blew my mind. And I gotta tell you a little bit about it now. So I was invited, some of you guys saw, hey, what's going on, Ray? So good to see you here. So first of all, Wednesday night or Thursday night, I had my own event out there, a little mastermind, small little gathering of the minds. It was so incredible to meet with you guys and those of you who were there. And it was small. It was like we invited 7 people were invited, and a couple people couldn't come because, you know what? Guess what? The universe always will put something in your path to block you from being there. And those who showed up got up-leveled in a big way. We had people, someone flew out from California, and number 1 sales rep at Hyatt in-house. It was just amazing. Just had such an incredible group of rock stars. And what I loved about it was we got to just connect in my living room and talk about some powerful ways, some real strategy. Because oftentimes, what you guys get a lot from me is the mindset, because the mindset is so powerful. By the way, tag somebody below who should listen to this. The mindset is everything, right? 90% of everything that you do in life is mindset, and the other 10% is the skill and really mastering the skill. And I kind of say the other 10% is mindset too. But that became so evident to me based on my experience the last 2 days in Vegas that I want to share with you here, when I spent 2 days with the world champions, literally world champions of boxing. I spent 2 days with the heavyweight world boxing champion, David Hay, I think his name is. Maybe I had he's from the UK. And then there was also the gold medalist of of boxing was there from the Olympics. That's crazy. We had a Super Bowl. Okay, Diego, let's cross. Come on, baby, bust it. Shit, excuse me. So crossing a street, doing a Facebook Live, not exactly safe. Hold on, guys. And then we had a gold medalist in this mastermind. This is the one after mine, right? That I participated in with just total world champions. And I'll tell you who all was there in just a moment. But let me finish up my event real quickly. And what's going on, you guys? How are you? Armilo, Ray, Jesse. If you guys are watching it live, right? Hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, write hashtag replay in the comments. Helps me to see. And if it's your first time ever watching me, drop a 2. If you've seen me before, drop a 1. Always helps to know where you guys are at and what you're all about. So anyways, mindset. I'm going to talk to you about what I learned from these world champions, and you'll get more on my podcast. So check out episode 81 after I publish it this evening as well. We're going to dive into some of the real teachings from these poker champions, World Series poker champions, and just craziness. So guys, yeah, it was really powerful to meet, to have that experience at my suite in Aria and really dive into the strategy as opposed to just the mindset, because I talk so much about mindset out in the open when I do my trainings, and then behind the scenes, which is where we really dive into the strategy as well as the mindset of the sale, which was super fun. And I shared my number 1 strategy for selling huge deals consistently, creating urgency, creating scarcity, all of that stuff without being cheesy and salesy. So that was fun for those who decided to come. So next time, don't miss one of these. Super valuable and can make you thousands and if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. Seriously, it was that powerful what I shared. These guys will tell you it's not for me, and I know that it's done that for me as well. So rock stars. this mastermind that I was at. So I got like some special mastermind invite. I work with one of the top high performance coaches, mentors in the world, and he does a lot of like subconscious reprogramming with me to help me get to the next level of performance, right? Because I think that consciously we say we want something, and then unconsciously we self-sabotage often if we don't know what's going on underneath all the layers. And what I learned by spending this time with these rock stars is that there was a lot happening that I didn't know was happening underneath everything, like a lot. And it had to do with my identity in my family since I was a child, and the role that I played being the youngest in the family, and losing my mom at the age of 20 and all of that stuff. It was really eye-opening to me as to how that has impacted so much in my life, and what happens when I shift into this role that totally changes the dynamic of the role that I've always known, right? So that happens when you get in front of people who see what you don't see. They see what's in your blind spot. So that was just one small fraction. So let me tell you about this mastermind that I was at for a couple days in Vegas. So there was like 15 of us, that's it, in terms of mastermind attendees. And it was called the Control Room Mastermind. And these people were literally heavyweight world boxing champion, gold medalist of boxing, like world champion, which is what that means, right? If you win the gold medal for boxing. His name was, I always forget, Adderley, something like that. Incredible guy. And he had dinner with us one night. That was awesome. Didn't actually participate in the mastermind, but he's too busy playing poker because these guys, some of them have shifted into the poker world. We had 6, maybe 7 World Series poker champions there. One of them won 3 times. And I have to tell you, I'm absolutely obsessed with poker now because the mindset of a poker player is unlike anything I have ever seen in the world. And I'm really excited. Hashtag live nice. Okay, so I'm really excited to dive into like being in this new mastermind with these guys, just really what it takes to be the best at what you do. And one of the things that you're going to hear about in today's episode of the 1% Life is we often hear, don't play to lose, play to win, right? I'm going to share with you a completely different aspect that these World Series champion poker players threw down. And I was like, what? That makes so much sense, and it relates to you guys and to everything that you do. And I'm going to share that, as well as some really crazy poker tips that have to do with life and sales and any type of sales and just life in general, especially if you're trying to master something. And what I really got to experience and learn is that to become the world's best, we also had an NFL Super Bowl champion there, Evan Mathis. I think he won for the Broncos, I don't know. I didn't even ask. But that was pretty cool. And just all kinds of people. But just seeing who's on here. By the way, guys, just so we get this out to more people, we'll see that I'm on. Just tell me where you're from below. That helps Facebook send it out. But anyway, so one of the things that I realized is that they study and they research more than anybody I've ever met. The ones that get to the top, the ones who barely get in, and they have to fold, or who knows the language and the lingo, but they don't make it past whatever rounds. There's a World Series poker championship going on right now. Are the people who don't study their opponent. They don't study who they're playing against. And it was just such a cool thing to hear the level of study, the level of research that the world's best has had to do, and the work that goes into being the world's best, whether it was poker, whether they were the boxing champion of the world, or the top hypnotherapists, like whatever it was. They were seriously, there was a massive amount of work that went over and beyond what the 99.9999999% of the world is not willing to do. And that's why they got to where they were at. And I'll tell you what was so fascinating to me was the level of conversation that happened in that room was like unlike anything I've ever heard. And I hang out with some people who are really well accomplished and in life, running great businesses, 100 millionaires, etc. But these guys are talking about, one guy, Phil Galfond, I forget his name. He said, listen, he goes, just so you know, well, one of the guys said this, I can't remember exactly who he said. They said, not everybody walks out because someone left and they had won $440,000 one of the days. They were like, oh, I'm going to go play in a tournament. They come back, we're like, oh, we just got word so-and-so just won $440K, which was amazing. We're like, holy shit, that's incredible. And then one of the guys says, listen, I just want you to know that it's not always, another guy had won $8.1 million. You might have seen it on my Instagram at 25 years of age. And he was in the room. And so someone said, listen, I want you to know that not everybody just wins money like that in poker. And we're like, obviously, but not the people in this room. They all did. And what he said was, look, I just spent the last few weeks losing 700, maybe 800K. And then this guy, Charlie, says, me too, which was absolutely incredible to hear, right? Like, you just lost 700, 800K in the last few weeks. And so what I'm going to share with you is the tip that they shared with all of us in terms of how do you recover from that? How do you recover from that? And how do you go out and then not let that defeat, because it's totally a defeat, ruin you? So you go out and make the same mistake, for example, or, it's an odds game, but it's also heavily a mindset game. So what we're going to be seeing on the 1% Life in the upcoming weeks is, guys, these guys are coming on and I'm interviewing them. And I'm so excited to dive into the mindset of the world's best champions. And you guys are going to see how incredibly their minds think. And I'm going to take them deep into what makes them the best at what they do. So hop on, check out the 1% Life episode 81. And it'll be out in a couple hours this evening, or at least by tomorrow. Check it out. And I'll share with you some of the incredible takeaways that I learned from them. And then we're going to dive deeper. I think we got the guy who sold 8.1 million coming on, Scott Bloomstein, this week. We're going to get him on. And super exciting, right? Like, crazy. Like, you wake up one day, you just have $8.1 million. Like, what? Who are you? Who's my identity now, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Would you guys like that? To just wake up and show up, play a game, and all of a sudden the next day you just are like a multiple millionaire, 8.1 millionaire. Pretty amazing. So we're going to get into their minds. All right, rock stars, you guys are amazing. By the way, for those of you who are ready to up-level your mindset and get to the next level of your sales performance, and if you want to have an absolute incredible month, feel free to join us in the Top Bonus Challenge this month. Two of the four people who I met with, 3 people who were at the event the other night were in the Top Bonus Challenge, and one of them said she hit top bonus the first time in her entire career, the month in the challenge, and made $35K, which was amazing. Another one said she hadn't really sold in like months and months very much, and then sold $180K because of the challenge, which was amazing. So she probably made 20 something K as well. And I can't remember the other person who was in it as well, but just massive shifts. So if you're interested, go to toplevelbonus.com and sign up. We'd love to have you. We don't start until, I believe, the 22nd of this month. So dog is like thirsty and you're not happy. So we're going to go. Anyways, rock stars, talk to you later. Check out episode 81. Let me know your thoughts on it, and I'm going to continue this walk. Peace.